what we are here launching today, the Water Research Commission South Africa Mine Water Atlas. The Atlas maps out the mine water risk across South Africa, divided into water management areas. But to my colleague from Swaziland, given our own activities around Mpumalanga, there is a possibility of overlapping and even impacting on your own groundwater in the kingdom of Swaziland. The same goes also to our colleagues in Zimbabwe and Mozambique, who also get highly affected precisely because of this neglected and irresponsible behavior of those who conquered our continent before. The effort is the result of a collaborative initiative between the public and private sectors, government and the mining industry, with strong participation of mining companies and the Chamber of Mines. This is the first of its kind in South Africa and on the African continent. It is a comprehensive reference on the vulnerability of water resources to mining activity in South Africa and shows the critical relationship between mining and water resource. Indeed, mining often comes under the spotlight for water pollution problems, such as devastating impacts that uncontrolled discharge of acid, neutral and saline mining affected water can have on surface and groundwater resources. The crucial difference between mining and other industries is the severe and long-term nature of its impact on aquatic and terrestrial environments. The South African Mine Water Atlas is a multi-layered set of maps, spans all mineral provinces in South Africa, with a greater level of detail in the area where mining frequently takes place. The Atlas is intended to help mining companies, investors, governments, civil society and students to get a better understanding of the general impact of mining on water resources in different parts of our country. It is also an extremely useful guide because the Atlas does not replace the EIAs, the environmental impact assessments, or tell you where you can't or you can mine. What it seeks to do is to set the decision context around the likely impact of mining activity in a given mineral region. Amongst the other examples I may share is that the Atlas will be able to advise that a certain area could be highly vulnerable as it is pristine environment. It contains completely new groundwater vulnerability map for our country that looks at vulnerability to surface mining and underground mining. The Atlas also helps mining companies and investors, as well as us, the regulators, the Department of Mineral Resources, the Department of Environmental Affairs, the Department of Water Affairs, the Department of Trade and Industry, in ensuring that as we consider approval of any future mining in South Africa or development that is related to mining, we have an appreciation of what it would happen to future developments and communities around that area. One of the things that we have seen over the past few years, and just a month ago, we have come across a house disappearing in one of the parts of Gauteng, all because development had happened without a clear information of the indicator as to what has happened. Once upon a time, when I was a governor of a province of Gauteng, we built a state-of-the-art school in one of the mining areas in Mirafong, and in a period of less than 2 years, we woke up, the school had disappeared. So it is those kind of indicators that we definitely need, because as we speak now, there has never been an indicator for a country that has been so highly exploited through mining of our rich minerals, not forgetting what happened to those minerals. But fact is, they never actually remained with us so that we can rehabilitate. Nonetheless, as a responsible government shaping the future, we now have this particular atlas that we are launching here today. We have completed a feasibility study in 2013 to identify the best plan of action for a long-term solution that uses proven acid mine drainage treatment technology and produce usable water. This is in reference to some of our emergency and short-term interventions in dealing with our high water tables that have been affected by contaminated acid mine water. And I dare say, I've just looked around, I've seen some of our own African brothers and sisters who have helped us to build one of the purification plants in South Africa, which is the largest, that is now helping us to recover wastewater that is an untapped resource. And they're here with us. I was told he's around here. And then we do have one of our other brothers over there. How can don't make yourself shy. He's also amongst those who have been providing the fittings in the Eastern Basin, which is the largest basin in the world. And there we are able to extract over 100 million a day?
110 megaliters.
110 megaliters per day out of the acid mine water. And it is done by a black-owned company, and the fittings and the parts are supplied by black-owned companies. Women Stockfells, I don't know what is a Stockfell in English, but those things that people bring money together, the what?
Social club.
Investment club, yes. The investment clubs, they've taken their money, they've invested in cleaning this water because they are women, they are highly affected, but they are no longer just an investment club, they are business people, they are investors, and they've invested for the future. So it is that has also prompted us to say, we need something that must guide us, so that we don't do a hit and miss. But the important thing is to put our own people in the center of it. It is being managed and developed by one of our agencies called the Trans-Caledon Tunnel Authority. That's the one. I know it is TCTA. It's one of the agencies that has been acknowledged internationally as our financing agency and an agency that has the capacity. It will be good one day that we share with our own brothers and sisters from Africa, because we are all highly affected by this, so that we learn out of each other's experiences. We're now going on to the second leg of the long-term intervention on acid mine drainage, and once we are done with that, we will be certain that we will guarantee the Vaal River system that provides water for Eskom, for Sosol, and for our economic hub, Gauteng, between now and 2035 without any interruption. Whether there's rain or no rain, the reality will be wastewater will now be a resource. And that is what we have been able to do. And we're quite excited, because if we succeed, we must come to KZN, we must go to Mpumalanga for coal mining and all these other areas, now using this particular atlas to move forward. As I conclude, I would also wish to emphasize the importance of partnership. We do need young, smart minds for the future. Allow them into the space, because this atlas is not done by the man who's almost going bald. There are many young, smart minds that have mobilized into this space, that have made a serious contribution in the generation of this atlas, because it's about their future.